If you're starting or thinking of starting a GLP-1 medication like Ozempic or Zepbound, you're going to want to hear these diet hacks that I've come up with to help me be successful nearly a year into my Zepbound journey. The number one issue I had was a sweet tooth. I loved sweets, I loved desserts, donuts, milkshakes, and you definitely don't want to eat those. You probably can't even eat those if you're like me. You just don't have the room. You're not really hungry for them. And fortunately, Zepbound, for me, helped take those desires away almost entirely. But still, I do have a sweet tooth, especially after I eat savory meals. And I don't want to drink extra calories. So one of the things I found, I'm not really into diet drinks in general. I don't like diet sodas. The only non-sugary drink I like is actually unsweetened iced tea, but I don't make that all the time. So one thing that I have found supremely helpful every single day is these Weiler's light lemonade sticks. They're only 10 calories per stick. They're only about, I think, 15 or 20 cents per stick. You get 8 in a singles, but I buy these on Amazon. I can give you the links in the description. I buy these on Amazon in bulk, so I have probably a month's worth of these at a time. They're just these little sticks. You get them single serve packets, so about 15 cents for this. Another 7 cents. I get this at Members Mark. Water. You just open a little stick. Use my mouth. Just open a little stick. Let me get my water out here. Just open it up. Pour it into your water bottle. Usually I just dump a little water out of the top so I have room to shake it until it's a little stronger. Just shake this thing up. It's about a quarter for these, so I have multiples of these in a day. Again, it's only 10 calories, so if I have 3 of them, it's 30 calories. But it's really sweet. I like drinking it. It tastes to me just like Chick-fil-A diet lemonade without the pulp in it. Less than a quarter per serving. It's amazing. I can drink those whenever I feel like, during the middle of the day, after lunch, with lunch, after dinner. But speaking of sweet tooths, the other thing that's invaluable, these no sugar added fudge pops, 40 calories a single pop. The serving size is 3 for 120. Sometimes I'll have 2 because they're just that good. But I've always loved ice cream, and this being frozen and soft and chocolatey is the perfect little substitute for ice cream. It's also really low in fat. There's one pop only has 1 gram of fat in it as well, so you don't have to worry about adding fat, which isn't really a big deal. I'll have another video on that. When you're on a huge caloric deficit, it doesn't matter too much what makes up your calories because you're just going to burn them all off anyway. The short story to that is protein is important, and fiber just in general to keep your diet consistent. And that's another one of my hacks, actually, to keep my fiber intake. If you're on Zepbound or something similar, if you've already started the journey, if you haven't been tracking your food, I would recommend tracking, not from a calorie standpoint. You'll find that it'll be really easy to hit your calorie goals and probably actually hard to get. I ate 1,800 calories after eating about 3,200 to 3,500 calories normally. It's just easy. You just stop eating. You're not hungry. There's not a lot of food noises. But fiber, I noticed, because I was tracking, my fiber grams were like 8 maybe, 8 to 10. And you'll definitely notice a GI response that's not great. And one of the easiest solutions to that is to just eat fiber. Now, if you've tried to increase your fiber before, you'll probably notice that gummies, supplements, I think you only get like 5 grams per serving. And you kind of want it like 20 to 30 grams, maybe more than that. I don't know how much fiber you really want, but definitely over 20 to 30 grams a day. You're going to go through like a whole bottle of gummies just to get that in one day, and that's not a great way to eat fiber anyway. And it all depends on the different types of fibers that you get that makes it work a little bit better. So one of the things I found super enjoyable, Royo bread. It's just like a wheat bread in here. It tastes a lot like wheat bread. It is a bit drier, I won't lie. It's not like a bread substitute. But this slice of bread, for example, one slice is 30 calories, and each slice has 11 grams of dietary fiber that they add. So just 2 slices, you're getting 22 for only 60 calories. I would put usually some butter on this and just have it with like egg whites in the morning. The other thing that I really like, they make a bagel as well. This is called an everything bagel. I don't know if you can see on the camera in here. It's actually more just like an onion bagel. I really like onions, and the onion bagel is great. So the everything bagel, they make a cinnamon raisin as well. These are 80 calories per bagel, but they also have 32 grams of dietary fiber. So you have one of these, an egg sandwich, if you like some cream cheese or whatever you want to put on there. You don't want to bump up your fat and calories too much, but something protein-wise, or you can just put it on the side of your breakfast. These are amazing, 32 grams in one shot just for a bagel that I think tastes really good. My wife and my daughter love them as well. Again, they don't taste exactly, it's not like a Manhattan bagel or anything like that. It's just a nice way to get fiber in, as part of your meal, and it fills you up a bit as well. And then the other thing is protein. Protein is huge. You don't have to go out and buy like protein drinks. I like to eat my food, not drink my food. It helps me be more satiated. One of the things I really love is this large can of chicken breast. On its own, you don't want to just open this up and eat it. I don't know, maybe you can. If you like really delicious food, you might want to do something different. But that's the great thing about this, is it's just unflavored chicken breast. It's already cooked for you. You just open up the can, and you can do pretty much anything you want with the flavor profile. This whole can, there's how many servings? There's about four servings of 90 calories. So that's what, 270 if my math is correct. Is it 90, 180, 360? My math isn't great. 360. Ash, what's 90 times 4? 360? 360 calories, but the protein is 19 grams, so you're almost 80 grams of protein with that 360 calories, which is an insane, probably the best protein profile you'll find is this chicken breast. So for 360 calories, you can I eat a whole one of these for lunch, and I'll just eat it with, like I have, depending on your flavor profile, I have these just single serve. They're not single serves. They count as multiple servings. This whole bag is 340 calories. It also, because it's lentils, has another 13 grams of fiber in here, and it also has another 14 grams of protein. So, but this 340 calories plus the 360, so you're at 700 calories for your whole lunch. You could eat half of this for half of those, depending on how much you're trying to eat. If you're into that flavor profile, I also sometimes go with these super grains. They're very similar, 350 calories, another 12 grams of protein, and the dietary fiber in these is 11. So this is a little bit more of a Mediterranean, like lemon in here, lemon, lentils, seeds, and grains. You just throw this in the microwave for like a minute and a half, and then I'll open up one of these, dump it in a bowl, and put some sort of seasoning on it. Lemon pepper I'll put in here, dry lemon pepper sometimes. I have like a 5 spice, sometimes I'll put on that with the lentils. You can pretty much make any profile. You could barbecue sauce and something else if you want, whatever you want to do. It's just easy, you open it up, you don't have to cook anything. It takes about 5 minutes to put it together, and it's just a ton of protein and a ton of fiber. It's great. And then the other thing I do for breakfast, I love peppers and I love onions. I don't have an onion here, but you can slice up a whole pepper and a whole onion, saute it in whatever you want, throw some egg whites on it. It's all protein. That's what I have with either a bagel or toast in the morning with my Royal. So I'm getting my fiber, my protein in both my breakfast and lunch. And then dinner usually just ends up being, I have a family there's 6 of us in this house. So pretty much whatever they're eating for dinner, I eat. And that's the other wonderful life hack of Zepbound is you're usually going to get full. So as long as you're eating your protein and your fiber in your breakfast and lunch, some sort of repeatable meal that's really easy to make. If you go out to dinner, if you order dinner, if you're making something in the crock pot, whatever it is, whatever the kids in the family want to eat, if there's something with protein in it, you just really gravitate towards eating your protein, trying to have some sort of fiber with it if you need to. You probably have your plenty of fiber at that point. So you'll just find you eat one portion of it, you're satisfied. At least that's what it's worked for me, and that was pretty life-changing. I could just sit down, make a normal plate. You don't have to try to squeeze in all the vegetables or anything like that. You might want to add some vegetables to dinner, since besides the peppers, I guess there's some in my super grains as well, but not really focused on the vegetables, not focused too much. If you're worried about your vitamins, you could always grab an over-the-counter, like everyday vitamin. And then, the fudge pops for dessert, or if you want to go splurge, if the kids are going out to ice cream, I just get a small ice cream cone. It's really bizarre. I've ordered a medium before, and I could barely finish it. So hopefully that's the experience you're having as well, where even your bad choices, there's only so much you can eat. My son works at Nifty 50s here. They make great milkshakes. I get a milkshake at the end whenever I go there. I get 6 nuggets because I can't. If I have 9 nuggets, I can barely finish 9 nuggets, and I definitely don't have any room for a milkshake. Now I get 6 nuggets if I go out, and I maybe drink a third of the milkshake. It's wasteful, sure, but it's better to throw it out than to put it on your waist just to eat it. Like, my body's not a trash can, something I tried to convince myself of during my willpower phases of dieting, where it's like, oh, I'm not going to eat that just because it's around. But that part never won. I always ate it because I was in the mood. So if I had 9 nuggets and a milkshake a year ago, I would have eaten both and probably eaten whatever leftovers the rest of the family had. Now I know I can't even eat 6 nuggets and a quarter of a milkshake, and that's just it. It hit my flavor profile. I'm done for the day. I had a little treat, but most of the time I'm just making food at home, whatever's easy to make. Grab something with protein, something with some veggies in it, and you'll probably not have to worry too much. As long as the base of the rest of your meals are fine, it really leaves dinner open. If you do want some dinner advice, I can try to come up with some. We cook pretty easily. My family's not small children, so we buy a lot of meat. We cook a lot in the crock pot. We make a lot of large meals. So if you're interested in looking for some high protein dinner recipes, I can try to come up with some of those in another video. I also am going to share my after 40 weight loss stack, which includes things like TRT, CPAP, things like that are pretty much essential to losing weight once you're nearing 50 like I am, or over 50. It's not quite as easy as when you're younger, but I will share all of those details along with some of my medical numbers as well. And then I do have blood work coming up later this week, so I will be sharing probably next week where my blood work is I think this is my 11th month now, so I will share where I am almost a year later, from start to finish, on how my blood work is looking. So subscribe, stay tuned. If you have any similar diet hacks that you've come to appreciate, share them in the comments. I might be up for something new. It's always fun to change the flavor profile a little bit, and other people might not be into canned chicken and peppers like I am. So feel free to share your own diet tips in the comments. Thanks, and I will see you later.